How many of you guys like challenges? Me personally, I'm a big fan. I'll tell you this though, the most challenging thing I've done up to this point in my life is raising kids. I used to think that kids became challenging once they got to a certain age. I learned as a parent, they are challenging from the get-go. When my kids were little, probably the most difficult thing that I led through was nap time. If you understand what I'm saying, then you get me, right? Nap time's hard and it starts from the get-go. I remember many a times where I'm sitting in the chair with my kids and their eyelids are starting to get heavy. They're getting a little droopy. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. They fall asleep. I pick them up. I put them in the crib. I walk out without making a sound. And as soon as I get out of their room, all of a sudden they're crying, they're fussing, they're whining, and I'm right back in the room. I'm picking up that kid and I'm sitting right back in the same old chair, starting at square one. See, look, me and my dad wisdom, I looked at my little kid and I recognized their greatest need. And their greatest need was for rest. They needed to take a nap. But yet in their little kid wisdom, which was very limited, they saw it best to stay awake. And I'll never understand the struggle or what they were thinking, but they fought it every step of the way. We're going to read a passage in Hebrews chapter 4 where the author uses this word called Sabbath. Sabbath is a God-designed, God-orchestrated rest for his people. Here's what the passage says. This is starting in verse 9. There remains then a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from his own work, just as God did from his. Let us therefore make every effort to enter that rest, so that no one will fall by following their example of disobedience. So here you've got the creator of the universe in his infinite wisdom looking at us, his creation, who in comparison to him is fragile. And he says in his infinite wisdom, it is best for you to take a nap. It's best for you to rest, so much so that not only am I going to design this for you and institute this for you, but I'm also going to model it for you so that I'm not just telling you what to do, but I'm showing you what to do. The creator of all universe cared so much about you and I that he gave us the gift of rest. But here we are in our limited wisdom fighting it every step of the way. Why? I think for me, and it may be different for you, but for me, it's a lack of trust in his promises, in his plan, in his guiding hand. There's something about me that says I got to figure it all out, or I got to fix whatever situation, as if it's all up to me instead of all being dependent upon him. I have been known to neglect rest. And in those seasons, those are the seasons where I feel burnt out. Those are the seasons where I feel tired and exhausted, like I'm just slamming my head up against the wall over and over and over again. You know why? Because I'm only trusting in me and it's draining. When all the while I need to be trusting in him and his promises. Why? Because he knows what's best for me. If that's you today, I know it's been me many a times. Man, it's my hope for you. It's my hope for all of us that we would trust his hands and his promises more. Why? Because he desires to provide rest, not just for our physical, not just for our mental, but for our souls. And if he's giving it, you can bank on the fact that it's a good gift and it's ultimately what is best for us. My friends, if this was helpful, please share it with somebody you do life with, and let's hope that it's helpful for them as well. Thanks for being with me today. I really enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, friends.